Hello, everybody. If you're watching this, then I suspect that you have some aspirations of being wildly successful, okay? And if you are one of those, then you've got to be delusional, okay? And when I say that, I'm not saying that you're delusional. I'm saying you have to be intentionally delusional if you want to attain the high levels of success that I suspect you probably do, okay? Now, if you're joining me for the first time, my name is Christian. Welcome to my channel. I am Christian M, a place where I decided to document my attempted journey to financial independence. And in our case, financial independence just simply means getting to that point where we're generating enough in passive income to cover our living expenses. So if that kind of stuff is of interest to you, please do me a favor of go ahead and subscribing below, and while you're at it, don't forget to hit that bell icon so that you're notified every single time I release a new video. And if you like this video, please don't forget to give it a like. Helps to get it out there to more people that could benefit from this information. Okay, now if you want to be wildly successful, which I suspect you do, like I said earlier, right? You've got to be delusional, right? And this is why you have to be delusional. If you look at all the people that have achieved the greatest things, right? Greatest things on this planet, they had a level of delusion, which is, a type of delusion that most of us average people just won't comprehend, okay? No person that achieved anything big, and whether it's in entrepreneurship, sport, whatever the case may be, right? Not a single one of them got to where they got to without having some degree of delusional, or delulu as the kids call it these days, as I hear. Delulu, that's funny to me, but anyway, yeah, there's a level of delusion that you absolutely have to have, right? And all these guys who made it, right, before they started, they had an unshakable belief that they could achieve whatever it is that they set out to achieve long before they started, okay? Now, those of us who are basically in this, online entrepreneurship space and stuff, right? That's like the path less traveled, okay? Path less traveled, the path that, most people around you might look at you and think you're stupid for trying to do it because it doesn't work, or they ask you, when are you going to get a real job, right? This thing that you're doing is a waste of time, especially if it's not working, right? Especially if it's not working, you're always going to hear that. And it's something that it's something you're just gonna have to get used to. You're just gonna have to get used to that, develop some thick skin, right? And believe in your vision, whatever that is, right? Because whatever it is that you're seeing that makes you quote unquote delusional to others, only you can see it. They can't see it. If they could see what you're seeing, they probably might not think you're delusional, okay? And I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's rough, man. It's tough. It can be one of those things that if you're not firm in your belief of what it is you're trying to do, if you're not strongly convinced for yourself, right, that what you're doing is actually gonna work out, then you're really you're walking on shaky ground, right? Especially with what we do, right? It takes a certain level of delusion to go after something that is not necessarily guaranteed, right? Yes, you might definitely believe, you might have all the belief in the world. You have all the belief in the world that whatever it is that you're trying to go after, that you're gonna get there, right? But at the same time, that rationality tells you that it's not guaranteed, right? It's not guaranteed. With that being the case, unlike, let's just say, like a paycheck at a job, right? And even that's not always guaranteed either. But let's just, for you, I think you know what I'm trying to say here, right? If you go work a job, work a salary job, wage, whatever the case may be, you work certain hours, that's the contract. You exchange hours for a paycheck, you get money, right? But when you go the entrepreneurship route, things are a little different, right? And you can end up busting your butt, working for hours, days, years, right? And not seeing a return on your time investment that you put in all that time, right? And still not see something, but yet you keep going and you keep going. There's a certain level of delusion that is necessary for that type of stuff, okay? You know, it's like what is that saying? Like they say it's the crazy, the people who are crazy enough to change the world, right? Or crazy enough to think that they can change the world. They're the ones that usually do, okay? They're the ones that usually do. And it's thanks to that level of delusion that they succeed, right? It's thanks to that level of delusion that they usually end up being able to do whatever it is that they set out to do. And yeah, in your case, you might not necessarily be looking to change the world, but you're looking for, you're changing things, changing up the narrative in your own small way, right? Going the path less traveled, right? The path that most people don't succeed with, right? Because it's the harder one to take. And who willingly goes for something that's harder, quote unquote harder, when they could take a path that a path of less resistance, right? In either way, in each case, they're both there. Whichever path you take, right? They're both going to be they're both going to be hard in their own ways, right? But you have to choose your hard, right? Choose which kind of hard you want. You can go the easier route, which looks easier on the surface because you go to do the normal stuff that everybody does, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. If that's what you choose to do, that's perfect. The normal route that everybody goes, typical 9 to 5, you go, you get your job and all that, and you might not necessarily end up, chances are you're not necessarily going to end up like financially where you would much rather be, right? And things might be harder there. Maybe you might have a hard time with bills sometimes, right? You go that route, yes, you get your money instantly, but it's still hard, right? Struggling, that's hard. And then you can go the other route, the path less traveled, which is, online, like entrepreneurship in general, right? Starting a business, whatever kind of business it is. That's hard. No guarantee of anything panning out, and it's typically going to be a lot harder in the beginning, as opposed to, like, say, the typical route. It's easier, you get your money right up front and all that. But with the entrepreneurship side, it's going to be harder in the beginning for the potential of maybe having it way easier later on down the line, okay? But you've got to be delusional to take that path, okay? You've got to be delusional to take that path and follow your dream, whatever that is, okay? So just keep that in mind. Whatever it is that you're trying to go after, don't let people around you who don't understand you, who don't understand what you're trying to do, don't let them discourage you from going after what it is that you really want, okay? As long as you strongly believe and you know that what you're doing is something that has a huge reward in the end, okay? As long as you can see your way, as long as you can see that path to your destination, go for it, okay? Go for it. This is one thing I always remember saying, if people don't laugh at your dreams and whatever it is you're trying to do, then maybe you're not dreaming big enough, okay? I've got my fair share of ridicule and laughter and all that, but that's fine. That lets me know that, okay, that I guess I am going after something big enough. So anyway, that's it for now. Any questions, comments, suggestions you have, put them in the comment section below. If you want to do what I do, which is affiliate marketing, digital marketing, and if you want to start a YouTube channel as well, which is something that I'm learning as I go. I do have some resources down in the description below this video for you to check out. Just check out the links down there. So those, in all full transparency, those are my affiliate links. So if you do want to support the channel in any way, shape, or form, I would highly appreciate it if you do use my links down below. Thank you ever so much for taking the time to watch, and I will catch you in my next video. Ciao.